Daniela says, my boyfriend comes so quickly during sex, usually within the first 5 minutes or sooner if I tell him to. How can he increase his longevity? Well, that's a great question. And again, our sexual skills are things we learned and can learn. So things like, how do we cultivate our erotic energy? How do we hold on to that erotic energy? How do we move it to different places within us? Are all things that we can think of as basic erotic skills that can be part of the sacred experience. But for starters, to me, this is just sort of basic sexual energy skills. So one of the things that for a lot of men, their erotic energy often starts in their genitals, in the sex centers of their brain and their genitals, and then it kind of stays there, and it just gets so intense, and then it bursts out, and they ejaculate. So what I would encourage you to do with him, and for him to do with himself, so he could be doing this also in his solo sex, because that's where he can retrain himself, and start playing with bringing the erotic energy out of his genitals and into the rest of his body. So that might be things like stroking up his belly or up his spine, or pulling the energy down his legs with touch, those sorts of things, helping him visualize that energy, helping him move it. So those are some of the things. I would encourage him to be working with his pelvic floor muscles as well. And what I would really encourage him to do in his solo sex is to slow down that experience so that he gets to practice bringing his erotic energy up. And you can think of that, you can think of it like a set of stairs. So if you had 10 stairs, right? And step number 1 is just a little turned on, and 9 is almost coming, and 10 is having an orgasm. So what you want to encourage him to do, both by himself and with you, is start learning to slow his journey down so he can identify, I'm on step 5, I'm on step 7, I'm on 9. So he's getting to 9 really fast. So we want to help him learn how to bring his erotic energy down. And so that might be decreasing stimulation. That might be movement, any kind of movement really that's going to move his energy out of his genitals. So slow movements instead of fast ones would be an example. Playing with breath in the sense of having him try to take deeper, slower breaths. And again, using that breath as a tool to kind of guide his erotic energy so that it's not so concentrated in his genitals. So these are just learnable skills. Well, they're learnable skills. And think about it as learning how to play an instrument. So he can learn how to shift that, slow that down, and change it, and you can help him.